Let's be honest, you share your home with a small, furry predator. This is an animal that has spent thousands of years perfecting the art of silent hunting and territorial dominance. And now, it sleeps on your clean laundry. We bring these tiny panthers into our lives, give them names like Fluffy, and then act surprised when they behave like the complex, instinct-driven creatures they are. We call them weird. We find their habits confusing. But are they really? Every cat owner has a story. The one about the 3 a.m. sprint across the living room that sounded like a herd of buffalo. The one about the perfectly placed and tragically deceased mouse on the welcome mat. Or the one about a cat staring intently at a blank wall as if receiving a transmission from the mothership. These moments are often laughed off as just cat quirks. But what if they aren't quirks at all? What if they're a language? A series of behaviors so deeply encoded in their DNA that a comfy, domesticated life can't just erase them. The truth is, your cat isn't being weird. Your cat is being a cat. And understanding what that truly means is about to change your relationship with them forever. You stumble out of bed for a midnight glass of water, and your cat bolts past you like it was shot out of a cannon. Or maybe you're trying to work, and a toy mouse is methodically dropped onto your keyboard. A silent, fluffy offering. You've definitely noticed this, but you've probably just dismissed it. But it's not random, and it's not just your cat. These aren't just strange habits. They're a secret language, a direct line to their ancient past. And in the next few minutes, you're going to learn how to speak it. We're going to decode 7 of the most baffling behaviors your cat displays and reveal the real, scientific reasons behind them. Let's start with one of the most common and disruptive feline mysteries, the Zoomies. Its scientific name is frenetic random activity periods, or FRAPs, but you know it as that moment when your peaceful, sleeping angel transforms into a furry pinball, ricocheting off the furniture with wide, wild eyes. And it almost always happens at the worst possible time, either right as you're drifting off or in the dead of night. It's easy to think your cat has simply lost its mind, but this burst of energy is perfectly normal. The main driver is instinct. Cats are naturally crepuscular, meaning their instinct is to be most active during the twilight hours of dawn and dusk. Their wild ancestors did their best hunting then, when prey was also active, and their superior night vision gave them a huge advantage. Your house cat, despite getting its meals served in a bowl, is still running on this ancient operating system. The sun goes down, and their internal alarm clock starts whispering, "It's time to hunt!" This is especially true for indoor cats. While you're at work or school, your cat probably spends most of its day sleeping and storing up huge amounts of energy. When evening comes, that pent-up energy has to go somewhere. The Zoomies are just an explosive release, a way to burn off all the energy they would have used stalking, chasing, and pouncing in the wild. Think of it as your cat's personal high-intensity workout. While these energy bursts are typically a sign of a healthy cat, if they suddenly start happening a lot more, or seem particularly frantic, it can sometimes be linked to medical issues, so a sudden change is always worth noting. So, what can you do? The best approach is to work with this instinct. Try to schedule an intense play session with a wand toy about an hour before your bedtime. This helps your cat complete its hunt, catch, kill, eat, groom, sleep cycle in a way that lines up with your own schedule. By giving them a structured outlet for that predatory energy, you can help make their midnight racetrack sessions a little less frequent. Next up is a behavior that's as endearing as it is strange. Kneading. You're relaxing on the couch. Your cat hops on your lap, purring, and begins to rhythmically push its paws into you, like they're kneading dough for bread. This habit, affectionately called making biscuits, is one of the coziest feline behaviors. A leading theory is that kneading is a leftover behavior from kittenhood. When kittens nurse, they instinctively knead their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. This action is deeply tied to the ultimate comfort and safety of being with their mom. When adult cats knead, they're likely tapping back into that profound sense of contentment. It's a self-soothing mechanism, often paired with purring and a blissed-out look, that signals your cat feels completely safe and relaxed. When your cat kneads on you, it's a huge compliment. They're showing you they see you as a source of comfort and security. But comfort might not be the only reason. Kneading could also be a form of marking. Cats have scent glands in their soft paw pads, and when they press their paws into a surface, be it a blanket or your leg, they deposit their unique pheromones. It's less of an aggressive, "this is mine," and more of a gentle, "this spot is safe and smells like me." It's your cat's way of personalizing their space. Their wild ancestors would also pat down tall grass or leaves to create a soft nest for sleeping, so kneading may just be a remnant of that nesting instinct. So, the next time your cat starts making biscuits on you, see it for what it is, a sign of deep affection and trust. If the claws get a bit sharp, just slide a thick blanket onto your lap to protect yourself without discouraging this wonderful display of feline love. Perhaps no behavior causes more confusion and disgust for cat owners than gifting. You wake up to a dead mouse on your pillow, or your cat proudly drops a twitching bug at your feet during dinner. It's tempting to freak out or scold them, but that would be to misunderstand a profound act of feline social behavior. This behavior is a direct line to your cat's hunting instinct. In the wild, a mother cat teaches her kittens how to hunt and eat. She starts by bringing them dead prey. Later, she'll bring them injured prey so they can practice the kill bite. A popular hypothesis among behaviorists is that when your well-fed house cat brings you a gift, they are acting out this instinctual role. It's thought that they see you as a member of their family who, frankly, is a terrible hunter. In their mind, they might be providing for you, or trying to teach you the skills you so clearly lack. Another idea is that they're bringing their prize to a safe place, your home, the heart of their territory, to eat later. By bringing prey to you, they're bringing it to the center of their den, and showing they trust you with it. Whether they see you as a clumsy kitten or a trusted den mate, the act of bringing you prey is widely interpreted as a sign of social inclusion. They could have kept their prize for themselves, but they chose to share it with you. The best way to respond is with calm acknowledgement, not punishment. Quietly thank your cat for the thoughtful, if gruesome gesture, and then dispose of the gift when they aren't looking. To reduce these offerings, make sure your outdoor cat wears a bell and try to keep them inside during the peak hunting hours of dawn and dusk. For all cats, redirecting this powerful drive with interactive toys can satisfy their need to hunt without involving actual wildlife. If you've spent enough time with a relaxed cat, you've probably seen it, the slow blink. Your cat, sitting across the room, will look at you, softly close its eyes for a moment, and then open them again. This isn't a sign of sleepiness, it's a deliberate act of communication. In the cat world, the slow blink is often called a cat kiss, and it's one of the clearest signs of trust they can offer. To get why, you have to see the world from a cat's perspective, a world where they are both predator and prey. In the animal kingdom, a direct, unbroken stare is a threat. It's a challenge. Closing one's eyes in the presence of another creature, even for a second, is the ultimate display of vulnerability. By slowly closing its eyes, your cat is communicating that it feels completely safe and comfortable with you. It's telling you, I trust you enough to let my guard down. And this isn't a one-way street. You can speak their language back to them. If you see your cat is calm and looking at you, try offering a slow blink yourself. Look their way, softly close your eyes for a couple of seconds, and then slowly open them. You might be surprised when they return the gesture. Research has actually confirmed this, finding that cats are more likely to approach a person who slow blinks at them. It's a scientifically validated way to build a bond. So the next time your cat gives you a slow blink, recognize it for the profound statement it is. They're showing you they trust you completely, and you can say it right back. Another deeply affectionate and sometimes surprisingly forceful behavior is the headbunt. This is when your cat purposefully presses its forehead or cheeks against you, your leg, or even the corner of a table. It can feel like a gentle nuzzle or a firm headbutt. It might seem like they're just being pushy, but they're actually engaging in a scent-marking behavior known as bunting. Cats have scent glands all over their head, on their chin, the corners of their mouth, their cheeks, and their forehead. These glands release pheromones, which are unique chemical signatures that work like a feline calling card. When your cat bunts you, they are intentionally rubbing their scent all over you. This isn't about aggressive ownership. It's a social behavior that creates a communal scent. In cat colonies, members will rub on each other to create a familiar family scent. This shared smell helps them identify who is part of their trusted inner circle. So when your cat bunts you, they are marking you as a safe and important part of their family. They're mingling their scent with yours, basically saying, "You're one of us, you belong." It's a gesture of profound acceptance and affection, a way for your cat to create a comforting environment that smells like them and the people they trust. It's their version of a warm, reassuring hug that says, "We're family." So embrace the headbutt. It's a sign that you've been officially accepted into the colony. Of all the weird cat behaviors, this might be the one that unnerves people the most. Your cat is sitting in the middle of a room, staring intently at a perfectly blank wall. Their gaze is fixed. It's easy to let your imagination run wild. Having a feline hallucination, the truth is far more scientific and speaks to the incredible senses of a cat. What looks like nothing to our limited human senses is a world of activity to a cat. First, their hearing is vastly superior to ours, especially for high-frequency sounds. They can hear the ultrasonic squeaks of a mouse inside the wall, the faint skittering of a spider, or even the subtle sounds of pipes in the house. Their large, rotatable ears can pinpoint these sounds with amazing accuracy, so when they're staring at the wall, they're often just tracking a sound that is completely inaudible to you. Then there's their vision. Cats can see in light levels 6 times lower than humans, and they are masters at detecting the tiniest motion. That tiny speck of dust dancing in a sunbeam, or the faint shadow cast by a car driving by, is a captivating event for them. On top of that, some studies suggest cats can perceive ultraviolet light, which is invisible to us. This means that certain patterns on wallpaper or residues from cleaning products might appear to them as a fascinating visual landscape where we just see a flat surface. Essentially, when your cat stares at a wall, they're processing a huge amount of sensory data we simply can't access. They are listening to the house's secret sounds and watching its invisible light show. It's a sign of a curious and highly tuned animal, not a paranormal event. It's a classic cat owner struggle. You place a pen, a glass, or your phone on a table. Your cat walks up, maybe looks you right in the eye, and with a deliberate push of its paw, sends the object tumbling to the floor. It can feel like a blatant act of defiance, a tiny act of household terrorism. But this behavior isn't driven by malice. It's a mix of instinct, curiosity, and some clever, learned behavior. At its core, knocking things over is often just an extension of their predatory instinct. A cat's paws are highly sensitive tools made for exploring their environment. In the wild, a cat might bat at a small creature to see if it's alive and how it will react. When your cat pushes a pen off the desk, they're doing a similar experiment. Will it move? Will it make a noise? Is it prey? The crash and clatter can be very stimulating for a bored cat. It's an interactive game of cause and effect. This behavior is also a brilliant and very effective attention-seeking strategy. Cats are smart, and they quickly learn what actions get a big reaction from you. They learn that the sound of a glass hitting the floor is a guaranteed way to make you stop whatever you're doing and pay attention to them. If a cat is feeling bored or understimulated, they may resort to knocking things over simply because they know it works. Every time you react, you're reinforcing the behavior. To manage this habit, the key is to provide other sources of stimulation. Engage your cat with puzzle feeders and regular play sessions to keep their mind and paws busy. And when they do knock something over, try your best not to give a big reaction. Instead, calmly redirect their attention to a proper toy. By making their world more enriching, you give their curious paws something better to do than test the laws of physics with your stuff. From the midnight zoomies to the slow blink of trust, your cat's so-called weird habits aren't weird at all. They are windows into their world, echoes of their wild ancestry, playing out in the safety of your home. Each action, whether it's kneading a blanket or headbutting your leg, is a piece of a complex puzzle. It's a language of instinct, comfort, and affection. Understanding this language doesn't just solve a mystery, it deepens the bond you share. It transforms you from a confused owner into a trusted member of their colony, someone who gets them on their own terms. Your cat is a predator, a companion, and a master of a sensory world we can only imagine. By learning to decode their behavior, we can better meet their needs and appreciate them not just as pets, but as the magnificent creatures they truly are. One important reminder: while these behaviors are normal, any sudden or extreme change in your cat's habits can be a sign of a health issue. If a behavior is new, obsessive, or comes with other signs of distress, it's always best to check in with your veterinarian. But now we want to hear from you. What is the single weirdest thing your cat does? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed cracking the feline code with us today, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the fascinating world of our animal companions.